I think patients think they have to give up their favorite foods and eliminate foods, and that's no longer true. The diabetes educators and dietitians, we teach patients how to incorporate their favorite foods into their lifestyle.
Patients feel that somehow because of diabetes, they can't eat what they want to eat. Speaking to the dietitian, discussing with the dietitian what your favorite foods are, and allowing that dietitian to plan in terms of calories how much you should eat is the way to go. So the fact that you have diabetes does not mean that you're banned from eating everything on the planet, no.
It's really more about ratios, and it's really more about, where can I include more of those healthier foods into my diet? We can still keep our old fun foods that we really enjoy, but where can we make food more fun? Where can we add more vegetables? Where can we add those whole grains and fruits and those things we've been talking about? Choosing better food is going to help us regulate our blood sugar levels, and then in turn is going to help manage the disease more. My biggest recommendation is to focus more on a whole food diet, so trying to find more foods that come from nature, like fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, making most of our grain choices whole grains. It's going to add more fiber. Talking about protein, adding more lean protein choices. So again, it doesn't have to be these huge changes that we're making. We're just slowly tweaking what we already do, and then from there it's really great to manage the disease.
So one of the take-home messages is that diabetes really can be managed, and one of the things we focus on is healthy eating. There are lots of resources, including cookbooks for people with diabetes, and the good thing about these are that they are for specific ethnic groups.
I think a big misconception is that healthy food has to be expensive. Sure, there's always ways that we can go out and get really expensive healthy foods if I shop mostly at Whole Foods or grocery stores like that, but it doesn't always have to be the case. I think frozen foods are actually a really great choice. Most of your frozen vegetables are already going to be cleaned, washed, cut, ready to go, which is really nice. I'm trying to prepare dinner in a quick amount of time that's also healthy. When I look at most of our meals, I try to think, where can I add more fruits, more vegetables, more of those healthier foods? So it's not about necessarily revamping everything we've already done. If you like spaghetti, great. Maybe we could take some of that pasta away, add in more frozen veggies. I really didn't change any more of the costs, but I made most of that dish now healthy vegetables, more fiber, more micronutrients, which is going to help me overall. My favorite food is beans. I think dried beans are one of the greatest foods. I think we should all be eating more beans, but they're pretty inexpensive, they're really healthy, and you can do a lot with them. Beans, dried or canned even, are both inexpensive options, and you can really use them to mimic a lot of the meat that you use in dishes. So instead of making maybe, let's say, ground beef tacos, I can use kidney beans instead, season the same way I would ground beef. Now I have a healthier taco, and I also saved money.